You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that it's possible because you can create your reality. The perception that you have of the world, if you think there's only scarcity, there's no opportunity, that's how you are going to interact with reality. If you think that there's abundance, if you think that there's opportunity, then these things will manifest themselves to you. So you have to believe that you can. You have to have a delusional mindset.
Okay, I'm going to cut out smoking. I'm going to cut out drinking. But you're not supposed to cut out something. You're supposed to replace it. There's a quote that says, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So if you're not thinking about anything, if you're not doing anything, if you're not being productive, then you're most likely going to go back to what? Your tendencies and your old habits that you formed over a long period of time. So if you want to change those habits, if you want to change those tendencies, then you need to be in a situation whereby you're replacing them with a positive feedback loop.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
You are what you think about. Everything that you think about, you become. Thoughts lead to actions. Actions lead to behaviors. Behaviors leads to lifestyle. Lifestyle determines your destiny. Everything begins in the mind. If you can control and wield your mind, you can determine your destiny. If you decide to work on your business and you decide and you commit, you can become successful. If you determine to be rich, you'll be rich. Everything is in your control.
God will test you with suffering. God will test you with challenges. God will test you with difficulties. God will test you with hard times. But that is when the proof of your faith is manifested, not when everything is given to you, not when it's easy, but in the challenges. Do you curse God or do you bless him for giving you the opportunity to experience these challenges and experiencing difficulties to become better and to get closer to him?
Surround yourself with good people, people that will guard your energy, people that will guard your soul, people that will nurture you into becoming the greatest version of yourself. There's a lot of vultures, vampires of energy that will suck you dry if you allow them. It's important to identify these people and get rid of them if they don't want to change, because in this journey of self-development, you're going to have to leave a lot of people on the way, and that's the price that you got to pay.
God may give you what you want, but not in the form that you ask for it, which is really interesting because God tends to work that way. You may ask for patience, and God may give you a really hard situation that'll teach you patience. You may ask God for strength, and he might put you through a really tough, tumultuous situation to help you develop strength.
If you want to change in life, you have to admit that the current lifestyle that you have is not the best. And that requires humility. You know, that's why Jesus says that the meek and the humble shall inherit the earth, because that's the truth. You have to become a student before you become a master. And you have to feel stupid before you become intelligent. And you have to feel poor before you are rich. And you can't skip the process. And I think we were willing to look at our situation and be like, if I change, my situations will change. If I change, my life will change. If I change, my people around me, they will level up. By symbiosis, I am the catalyst of change.
So everybody says, do you believe in God? No, because Jesus doesn't say believe and you will be free. It says know the truth. And what does Jesus say that he is? The way, the truth, and the life. So if he's the truth, following him will lead to freedom. So if I believe that to be true, then the job is to be a follower of Jesus. And by following Jesus, you obtain freedom. And